Beanstalk is the USD stablecoin killer and with better yield. Beanstalk is a decentralized credit-based stablecoin protocol, and today you will learn everything you need to know about this project, how it works, and why it's the USD killer. So this is what I will cover. What is Beanstalk? The bull case for Bean, and the bear case. AV here, and today I will go over Bean, which is a stablecoin that could break stablecoins like Tether and USD. This is just to present the project to you. This isn't an in-depth crypto review. Without further ado, let's get into it. What is Beanstalk? Beanstalk is a decentralized credit-based algorithmic stablecoin protocol that is built on Ethereum. Beanstalk uses credit instead of collateral to create price stability relative to a non-blockchain native asset. Beanstalk does not have any collateral requirements. The first Beanstalk issues a USD stablecoin, Bean, on the Ethereum blockchain. Now we will go through an amazing thread on Beanstalk by Jack Newell. The link of the thread is in the description. Don't hesitate to follow him for more threads on Twitter. I want to talk to you about a new financial primitive, one that's still very new in crypto, one that might break stablecoins like Tether and USD, a thread on Beanstalk, or how debt and credit might revolutionize DeFi. Here's the problem. Centralized stables like Tether hold dollars off-chain. The issue: supply is constrained and the usage can be censored. Decentralized stables can't be censored but require over-collateralization, so they're limited in supply. Stables can't keep up with demand. If there aren't enough stablecoins to go around, and there's not enough collateral to produce all of the stablecoins required, what's the solution? What if don't have collateral in the first place? What if we issue a stablecoin based on credit? Obviously, this wouldn't work anonymously. You wouldn't use a stablecoin that some anon might promise to pay back at some point in time. But what if it's a protocol with programmatic supply? What if it's governed by a smart contract? Then I can use credit without trust. This is the premise of Beanstalk and its stablecoin, Bean. Bean equals $1. The protocol is designed to create selling pressure if Bean is above $1, buying pressure if Bean is below $1, and it uses borrowing to do so. This combination of buying and selling should keep price at $1. We want price to be stable. If Bean trades at $1, we're in a state of equilibrium. What happens if Bean trades below $1? This is a depeg event. In this case, we have to incentivize the buying of Bean. How do you do it? With debt. When one Bean is below $1, Beanstalk issues debt, promising to pay people back more Bean in the future. This debt mechanism is called a pod. You could think of it as a bond, as it gives you a right get paid back in the future. Right now, for example, you can buy pod 600 million for about 3 cents. That pod will someday mature into a Bean worth $1. So after Beanstalk pays back all the pod holders that came before you in chronological order, that pod turns into 1 Bean. In exchange for loaning some money to the protocol in the form of beans, you get paid back around 30x once the 600 millionth pod gets minted. These pods can be traded on the open market as well, so they're liquid. Closer to the front of the line equals will be minted soon equals more valuable. End of the line equals will be minted some days more speculative. Here's what that market looks like. What if lots of people want Bean at the same time? Price goes up and it depegs. Now 1 Bean is above $1. We have to create selling pressure. How? By flooding Bean onto the market. The protocol repays debt to pods holders that loaned stablecoins when price was below $1. Remember, the oldest pods holders get paid first, so their investment finally gets paid off. They made a bunch of money and get paid out in stablecoins. They sell their stablecoins to realize the gain and pull price back down. That's the basic mechanism behind the protocol. There are a few features we haven't touched on. A liquidity farming program that pays out rewards, a silo for Bean that pays out interest on stablecoins, stocks and seeds for boosted rewards, and governance. Has it worked so far? Well, the protocol has definitely depeg a couple of times, but it's always returned to peg. This protocol will be a lot more volatile than collateral-backed stablecoins. Price will, hopefully, continue to stabilize as trust in the mechanism improves. Threats. Some instability is required for new supply to come on the market. Interest rates pump unsustainably as supply expansion slows. No one thinks they'll get paid back. Opportunities. The governance token will soon be tradable and give access to a % of new tokens. How to ape? Well, you could buy some pods with the hope that your bond gets paid off eventually. With the newest bonds, you can make 70x. Or you could wait until the governance token launches, then buy. Or you could farm the governance token, then sell that to awaiting apes. The last words from Jack. We've seen other protocols try to do some, but none with the long-term durability of Beanstalk. Will it work? It would solve a lot of problems in DeFi, but I'm excited to just hold my pods and see how this plays out. Great thread by Jack Newell on Bean. Follow his Twitter for more. If you would like an in-depth review of Beanstalk, comment below Bean. This way I know if you're interested or not for a deep dive in this project. So to conclude, Beanstalk is a way to generate huge returns on your stablecoin. However, it works like the Tomb protocols. If price goes below peg, you meet people to buy bonds to get the price to a 1-to-1 peg. Beans has already depegged severely in the past. However, there is also a big APY of over 7,000% to compensate for this risk. It's a high-risk, high-reward project, but I would never add more than 1% of my total investment in this protocol. Subscribe and like the video for more in-depth crypto reviews. See you in the next one.